Hi, you guys. I'm Phil Town from Rule 1 Investing, and today I want to talk to you about what happens to your money when you die. Look, no matter how much wealth you accumulate over the course of your life, you can't take it with you when you die. My good friend Zig Ziglar used to laugh about this on stage. He said, I'm just going to burn it all out and just roll me into the grave. I think Zig almost pulled that off. However, your wealth and possessions, if there's any left over, don't just disappear when you pass away. So it's important to figure out what happens to them after you're gone. And it might be pretty important to ensure that they're handled in the way you wish. In this video, we're going to explore what happens to your money when you die and how you can control where it goes when you're no longer around. Because what we're really after here with Rule 1 investing is generational wealth. You don't want to build all this and then have it go away. So where your money goes after you die is entirely dependent on whether or not you have a will in place. If you die without a will, you are said to have died intestate. In this scenario, right, dying without a will, all of your possessions are going to be divided up depending on the intestate laws where you live, or whatever state you're in, and who your closest living relatives are, which may not be your closest living relatives. You can think about that a while. If you're single with no children, your money will likely be given to your parents if they're still alive. If you're married, it will likely go to your spouse. And if you're married with children, then it will likely be divided up between your spouse and your children. If none of those scenarios are applying to you, then your money is going to be given to the closest living relatives. And if no living relatives can be found, then guess who gets it? The state. So I'm sure they're going to work really hard to find somebody else to give it to. If you have a will in place, though, you can have your money given out however you choose. You can donate it to a charity, you can leave it all to a close friend, or put in place any other option that dying intestate does not afford you. And this is why it's crucial to put in a will if you would like to dictate where your money goes after you're gone. And since none of us really know when our time is going to run out, it's a really good idea to write a will as soon as you can, especially if you're young, well, especially if you're old, well, especially if you're middle-aged, especially if you're anybody. You want to make sure you know where this is going. And what happens to stocks and investments that you own? In the event that you die, the stocks and investments that you own are treated just like liquid assets, that means cash, and can be transferred any way you wish. This assumes, of course, that you have a will in place. Otherwise, stocks and investment fall under the same intestate laws that everything else does in your estate. So what about the money you owe? You die, it all goes away. No. Having your money transferred to your family after you're gone may be a really comforting idea, but your debts are also going to have to be taken care of. When you die, your estate becomes responsible for paying off any debts you have. For example, if you have an outstanding credit card, the money you leave behind will be used to pay off that debt. Debt does not automatically transfer to your heirs unless they're part of a joint agreement, which is the case if you take out a mortgage with your spouse, by the way. However, money you intend for your heirs will not pass down to them until all your outstanding debts have been paid off. So forget about getting out of those debts by just dropping dead. Ain't gonna happen. It was a good plan though. This can be a little troubling if you're hoping to leave behind a large pile of money to the next generation. However, the good news is that if the amount you owe supersedes the amount you leave behind, the leftover debt does not automatically become the responsibility of your heirs. Thumbs up on that. So, if you follow what I just told you, you can spend more than you have and nobody has to pay it off. But of course, you have to die to get away with that deal. Now, if you're worried about what will happen to your money after you die, the best thing by far that you can do is have an estate planning attorney help you craft a will. Now, I know that sounds a little onerous, so there's other ways to bootstrap it. If you're young, you don't have any money, Google wills and all kinds of resources will appear on Google. Wills are incredibly binding, so you got to do them right. And if they're written properly, they will be executed exactly as you intend. So do it right. And if you got the bucks, check with an attorney. So long as you have a will in place, you can rest assured that your money will be distributed in any way that you choose after you're gone. And if you're out to build, like I am, generational wealth, the will is the way to keep that moving down the generations. Now, I'd love to hear from you guys. Have you established a will, or is your will in need of an update? So leave a comment below with your answer and I'll be sure to follow up with you. Thanks for watching. Now go play. If you enjoyed this video and you feel it was valuable in teaching you more about personal finance, hit the like button and please share this video with your friends. And if you want more investing content, subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click the button on the screen for a free gift. It's free. Thanks again for watching.